Hello, today we will be speaking about how to have the connection with the divine, how to establish the connection with the divine. So, first, why we need the connection to the divine. We need the connection to the divine because we need guidance and we need understanding. And sometimes we cannot love, we cannot be happy, we cannot realize our true mission, our true nature, if we lack the connection to the divine. Because the divine created us, God created us, and He knows us best, and He knows what we are supposed to do. He wants our happiness, and we need to have clarity about our path. And sometimes also God, the divine, can act on our behalf in the situations in which we have little or no influence, because the divine is in all people, in all things, and as we know, God has unlimited knowledge, unlimited potential, and the highest intelligence that we can't even imagine. So, how to establish the connection to the divine, acting from our part? How to search this connection and how to establish it? So, first, we may want to imagine that the divine God is in heaven. The truth is that God is everywhere, but we may want to imagine, to establish this connection, that He is in heaven. And we may search for the divine in the sky, in wind, and in the sun. We may imagine that He is there. I remember once sitting in a forest alone and worrying about some of my family obligations that were a burden to me. And I was sort of not agreeing to do something, and I was in a conflict. There were two conflicting forces opposing each other, the one from my family and the other one from within, from my inner knowing. And I remember that the wind came, and I was observing as the wind was moving the branches, the leaves, like it was like a wave. And this wind came to me and started playing with my hair. And I've heard the voice, "You are mine, and you don't have to do what other people want you to do." And I felt so much relieved. It was such a liberating feeling that the divine God gave me in that moment. So He came to me as wind, but also you may start to talk to the sun. I found it very effective, or to the sky. So when you are praying, maybe at your home, in the house, you may look up through the window to the sky and pray. And you may pray and ask the divine for things you need. You may ask for your problems. You may give thanks to the divine for the things you have. And he may want to speak to you. Another method is to go to the church or to the chapel, because there is a very special atmosphere there that favors the concentration and is just designed for the conversation with the divine. You may also find yourself receiving some information, just imagining to talk to a saint, for example on a painting. And I suggest Jesus, to talk to Jesus on a painting. And you may find that the problems you are sharing, the things about which you are talking to this painting, then you may receive some answers. The answers, you will receive them in your thoughts. Then you may find effective also using meditation to contact the divine. It may be also guided meditation sometimes, for example, connecting to a goddess or connecting with your ancestors or some kind of spirit trip designed to have some time in silence in a special atmosphere again. Or you may just meditate in your room, and if you want to meditate on a specific question, on a specific problem, you may do it. Or you may also just be in silence with the intention to contact the divine, to receive some information from the divine. And another way to contact the divine is to write to the divine. For example, you may want to have a notebook in which you may write every day to the divine, just letters, just information written. So you may want to address the divine, most holy, loving Father, for example, or you may have your own way to address God, the divine, and then you may write everything that you are grateful for, and you may ask the divine everything you want to ask, and then just remember to be still and wait for the answer. The answer may also come or in your thoughts, or you may just keep writing the answer there. So this is all that I have for today on the topic how to connect with the divine.